You decided your life is worth more than hers.
If you're into smart sci-fi with a gritty edge, The Machine is an absolute banger from the UK that proves you don't need a $200 million budget to tell a good story. The setup's killer. A near-future Cold War between the UK and China, and in the middle of it all, a scientist trying to save his dying daughter by developing the next evolution of AI. But when his colleague Ava dies, her consciousness ends up reborn, not as a ghost, but as the most powerful android ever built. Katie Lotz gives a phenomenal dual performance that's both human and chillingly machine-like. What really hooks you is how this story flips the typical AI goes rogue trope. Instead of fearing the machine, you start rooting for her. She's the one showing empathy, while the humans start to look like the real monsters. Sure, the supporting characters could have been fleshed out more, and a few moments feel recycled from other cyberpunk thrillers, but that doesn't stop it from being a thought-provoking ride with slick visuals and a haunting mood. If Ex Machina and Blade Runner had a low-budget love child, it'd look a lot like The Machine, and it's perfect for anyone who loves philosophical sci-fi that actually leaves you questioning who the real villains are. Okay, let's dial things down with something weirdly chilled yet devastating. Monsters, directed by Gareth Edwards. Yep, the same guy who later made Rogue One and Godzilla. Before all that, he crafted this small, gritty flick about two people trying to cross an alien-infested quarantine zone on the US-Mexico border. Naturally, you'd expect a monster movie full of explosions. But no, this one's all atmosphere, world-building, and quiet dread. The film's less about killer aliens and more about the humans living in their shadow. The vibe is straight-up melancholic. These giant creatures are more like natural disasters than movie villains, and the cinematography actually makes their destruction oddly beautiful. The chemistry between Scoot McNairy and Whitney Able feels grounded and natural, giving the story a slow-burn realism that sneaks under your skin. Now, I'll warn you, if you're expecting a non-stop thrill ride, this isn't it. The pacing is deliberate, more Terrence Malick than Aliens. But if you dig moody, introspective sci-fi that sacrifices jump scares for emotional depth, Monsters totally delivers. The ending loops back beautifully to its eerie opening, wrapping the whole thing in this eerie, poetic circle. For fans of Arrival or Children of Men, this one's going to scratch that slow-burn sci-fi itch perfectly. Yep, we're jumping over to pure, adrenaline-pumping sci-fi madness with Predators. This one was criminally underrated when it dropped a gritty, back-to-basics revival of the franchise that didn't get half the love it deserved. Directed by Nimrod Antal, it opens with a bunch of dangerous humans parachuting onto some strange alien jungle. No explanation, no warning, just chaos.
This planet is a game preserve. We're the game.
You've got Adrian Brody as a cold-blooded merc, Alice Braga as a sniper, Danny Trejo doing classic Trejo stuff, and surprise cameos like Lawrence Fishburne thrown in to spice things up. Before long, they all realize they're not the hunters, they're the game. The Predators have their own little safari world, and our crew of killers are the targets. The movie absolutely nails that tense survival thriller energy from the Arnold original. It's got gnarly creature design, atmospheric dread, and legitimately cool showdowns. Sure, the story doesn't reinvent the wheel, and some characters are there just for the body count, but hey, this is pulpy sci-fi done right. If you've been craving that gritty 80s-style action with updated effects and a touch of nihilism, Predators packs the heat. Netflix dropped this one quietly, and somehow Paradise didn't end up trending, which is criminal, because it's one of the coolest recent sci-fi concepts in years. This German dystopian thriller imagines a slick, glossy future where you can buy and sell time. Literally. The rich can purchase extra years from the poor. So if you're broke, you can sell 20, 30, even 40 years of your life to pay off debt. Things go sideways when Elena, our protagonist's wife, accidentally loses 40 years of her lifespan as debt collateral. Her husband Max works for the very company Aeon that's responsible, and he suddenly flips from loyal employee to anti-corporate rebel. It's kinda like 2011's In Time, but leaner, darker, and more personal.
Diese Frau hat 40 Jahre gestorben. Und wir holen uns jetzt wieder.
The world building here is sharp. Aeon's sterile, too good to be true vibe hides a morally rotten core, and every frame feels drenched in sleek dystopian paranoia. The pacing keeps you hooked, and the emotional core between Max and Elena gives the sci-fi premise real heart. Sure, some genre beats feel familiar. It toys with identity, rebellion, and corporate dominance like Gattaca or Black Mirror, but Paradise earns its space in the conversation. It's a fast, stylish think piece about how capitalism could literally drain our lives away. If you love morally gray dystopias that actually say something, Paradise is the real deal. Now, for the mind-bender of the pack, The Endless is a cosmic horror meets sci-fi trip that sneaks up on you and scrambles your brain in the best possible way. Directed by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, who'd later work on Loki, this flick centers on two brothers who return to a UFO-obsessed cult they escaped from years ago. At first, it's awkwardly wholesome, like, hey, we missed the weird farm commune, until reality starts bending in ways that'll make your head spin.
Control you. It's gonna control you over and over again.
We're all stuck in these things!
We couldn't be happier.
Time loops, strange astronomical symbols, people repeating the same day over and over. It's all here, but the movie unfolds like a slow, eerie mystery instead of a flashy spectacle. The tension creeps in bit by bit until you realize something cosmic is toying with everyone. It's hard not to draw comparisons to Annihilation or Coherence, but The Endless still stands out because its horror comes from existential dread, not jump scares. Yeah, the budget's shoestring and a few effects fall short, but this movie's atmosphere and ideas are massive. It's spooky, philosophical, and deeply human. The directors even star as the brothers, which somehow makes it feel more real. If you want something that'll sit in your brain long after the credits roll, this is that movie.